Stood in the thorn. Buenos dias. Guys, what's the crack? As the digital ID rolls out, and the digital euro now has gone from pipe dream to full implementation, while you've been distracted about people getting killed at the moment. Let's chat about that. I'll walk this way because the sun will be better. What about that for a sky in November? It's pretty good, isn't it? Nice to be in the bare feet and the shorts in November. This is the Bitcoin life. This is the life you can live. It's your choice. If you do the work and implement what you learn, this is your future. If you want it to be. Your future can be whatever you want, but you get freedom, you get choice. And if you like and subscribe and learn a bit of stuff here, that'll help. So good morning, guys. It's Dinny here from Bitcoin With Dinny. We've got a lot of new participants ever since the price started to rip. So I'll give my little introduction. I want to talk to you about the digital euro. I want to talk to you about the digital ID, because that got passed recently. Even though there was, I can't remember how many experts saying there was massive privacy concerns with this digital ID, that there's a back door, you can basically switch people off at will. But remember, most politicians, okay, they don't go with what's right. You don't get to the top by being good at that game, you get to the top by cooperating, okay? The good politicians, your local politicians, the lads in your locker in your door, who genuinely want to do good, ain't never going to make it. They ain't going to make it to the top, they ain't going to make it anywhere that matters, where they can have any sway. Because unless you're prepared to scratch the backs, you don't make it. This is just how it works. It's just a system, okay? And once you understand that, you can understand the world, and you can understand politics, and you can understand the impact of your vote a bit more, okay? So, digital ID is coming. That's going to be an absolute disaster. And digital euro is coming. Now remember, most of the world is ready for digital euro because they're tapping on their phone. It's so easy, it's so great. A friend of mine taps all the time. I was having a conversation with him last night, trying to explain to him, why don't you withdraw cash? Why don't you use cash? Because every time we go to a fucking restaurant, never has any cash. We're trying to split the bill, and he never has any cash, like. So I leave the tip. Okay. And meanwhile, Bitcoin still trades under 100,000. Imagine that. People worried about the price of Bitcoin, and it's trading under 100 grand while all this is coming. Because this doesn't really only affect all the normal people, all the middle class. It destroys. They now have no right to protest. They have a right, they could try protest, but they won't be able. Just like in China, no one can protest over there, you may notice. Why? Because their money gets turned off. You can't even get on a bus to go to the protest, or buy petrol for your car. That soon stamps it out, okay? And that's why it's very dangerous. And it's not something that can be undone. Once you program the digital ID, the digital money, you put an AI system to run it, it's just like, you can't fix that, okay? That system is stronger than you can break, okay? You can't communicate to build enough strength in numbers to ever try and do something about it until things get really, really bad. And that'll take time, so you won't live through that. So yeah, to me it's quite scary. And I know it's the driving factor that drives Bitcoin to 100k and then to 1 million. It's one of them, okay? By subjecting money to absolute control. Rich people are going to figure this out before poor people, and rich people will get their flight to safety before poor people, as many rich people have. Remember, at all the conferences I go to, who's there? It's not people in tracksuits, okay? It's the top brass at the banks. It's lawyers who are people I'm sitting beside, and I have to start chatting to you. Oh, what do you do? I'm a barrister. Oh, what do you do? I'm a judge. And they're scratching their head going, where's all the normies? They ain't at these conferences. They're not learning. They won't learn. They'll learn late. Okay, it's our job to try and push the content out to them and get them in front of them. The euro is a money you can't own, a money you can't spend permissionlessly, a money that can be turned off at a click of a button, and it's also a money with an unlimited supply and there's a guarantee that that supply will expand. Therefore, there's a guarantee that your purchasing power will go down. There's a guarantee that every hour's labour you do will be stolen silently without you voting for it. Okay? Because it's not like taxes. Government can raise money by taxing you, but you have to agree with that. People don't like when the tax rates go up. They get angry. Okay? But there's a different way of raising money. You just debase the currency. And 99% of the world doesn't understand this. They'll argue about taxes and go mad when taxes go up, but they'll silently go about their business as their bank account is debased every single day of the year, because they're just not aware of it, and they just think those shops are greedy. They just put up the price of food. The bastards. It's the price of everything has gone up. Because nothing's gone up, people, your money's just going down. Okay? And depending on the scarcity or the difficulty produced, or the difficulty to bastardize the good or service or product, okay? If you can screw with it, if you can take some ingredients out and add shitty or cheaper ones in, or fillers in, well then that good or service won't go up as much. But if it's something pure, okay, like organic meat, that you can't really screw with, well that's going to go up a lot, okay? If it's something pure, you know, you can't screw with it. If it's a factory food, if it's a processed food, you know, you can manipulate that and keep the price down. So not everything goes up at exactly the same rate. But people, it's your money that's going down, and that happens every day of the year. And it can, when you understand debt, okay, when you understand sovereign debt and how much indebted these governments are, because remember, governments don't produce, they only take, okay. But now they need more money than we can even produce. So there's no solution here. The only solution, guys and girls, is to debase the money, okay. You need to protect yourself. You need to own something that no one can print. Bitcoin is the money you can own, you can spend permissionlessly, okay, and money that no one can turn off on you, okay. Nobody gets to do that. It's the same rules for everybody. And the final most important thing about Bitcoin, the first thing I learned about it, is that it has a fixed supply. Nobody can print it. In 100 years there'll be the same amount of Bitcoin as there is today. Imagine being able to save in something that no one create more of, and you worry about short-term price volatility. It's a short-term price volatility is the reason I'm standing on this beach. If there was no short-term price volatility, I'd just be like a gold investor, putting my money into a dumb rock that's just lost value for the last 2 decades of my life, and hoping that, you know, there's a massive war or maybe a nuclear bomb hits somewhere, that all telecommunications go down and my gold coin's going to be worth something. It's like, yeah, great world to live in, great thesis to have. Like, Jesus Christ, how do you live your life so negative, praying for the worst possible scenario to happen? Come on, people. Bitcoin succeeds. Bitcoin to me looks like inevitable. And guess what? It does it peacefully, because people get to opt into it. No one's forced, okay? You don't have to. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but I'll drop you a little Dinny bomb for the crack. The SEC are trying to launch this Bitcoin ETF, okay? Which is basically a Bitcoin product to allow big institutions and very rich people to own Bitcoin, okay? They're struggling to get the personnel, the staff, to be able to implement it, okay? They can't get Bitcoin experts to work at the SEC. Do you know why? Because you're not allowed to hold Bitcoin if you work at the SEC. So basically, people are like, I'll do that, okay, I'll study Bitcoin. Then they study Bitcoin and they go, but I'm not allowed to own this thing. Screw that, I'm not doing that job. Anyone who understands this thing wants to own it more than they want a bloody job, people. They're prepared to go, I don't want that job if it means I can't own Bitcoin. What sort of a signal are you getting here? It's unbelievable. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning here in northern Spain. Nice and sunny. It's warm. It's an amazing way to spend November. And I'm really fortunate. I really appreciate it. But it's doable for everyone. It's never been easier. I had to work like a bastard to get here because I never actually understood Bitcoin. If I was starting all over again, I just understood Bitcoin, it would be easier. So that's what I say to people: if you're poor, the single most important thing you can do, go and buy a Bitcoin book immediately and read it, and then buy another one and read it, or go and buy a course and do it. Shameless plug, Bitcoin with Dinny. We do great courses. We teach how to retire early. We do consulting. We do it all for you. Okay? But the least you can do for yourself is buy yourself a Bitcoin book. Because people, you need a plan B. Digital euro is not a pipe dream anymore. It's coming. Digital ID, not a conspiracy theory anymore. It's coming. And if you're blissfully ignorant, you don't know the implications to that because you were watching, I don't know, insert stupid celebrity show or whatever bullshit you were watching, okay? But if you're half clued in, which you got to be, and I know a lot of you people here are, okay, you understand you need a plan B. Remember, Bitcoin has potential to make you very, very rich, but also has the potential to give you choice and optionality in the future. So that as the rest of the world is trapped into this slave system, this digital system, digital ID, digital money, all connected, you get to be part of freedom technology. Imagine that. And I'll give my last Dinny bomb, okay, to the conspiracy theorists who are among us. You walk among us freely, and you have varying degrees of conspiracy theoriness, which is fine, which is cool. Everyone can have their opinions and their ideas, and that's all cool, okay? But you are not a conspiracy theorist, okay? If you don't own Bitcoin, you're a clueless idiot, okay? And don't say to me, Dinny, don't you know that Jeffrey Epstein's granny's dog walker's sister invented Bitcoin, and he is really a she, and he put a countdown clock in it, and it's just going to vanish in 2026, May 13th. Don't tell me that, okay? Because what you're suggesting there, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, okay, Mr. Conspiracy Theorist, is that you're smarter than all the billionaires who've put billions of capital into it. You, with your phone in your hand and your net worth of zero, or even if it's 50 grand or 100 grand, it means you're suggesting you're smarter than all the billionaires, that all these billionaires haven't done more due diligence than you, or you have found information that billionaires haven't managed to find yet. You're that smart. And with proof of work means, okay, you're that smart, show me your lifestyle, show me your mansion, show me your proof of work. You can't do that, okay? So that's a foolish conspiracy theory. Don't be one. Figure Bitcoin out, conspiracy theory people, because when you do the work on it, you will realize from all the conspiracies, you're like, holy feck, this is exactly what I've been looking for. And you got to read Bitcoin books to do that, okay? You got to get into the weeds of how it works. You know, you can't just listen to other conspiracy theorists talking about Bitcoin conspiracies. You know, you have to find a bit of truth somewhere, lads, okay? Guys, have a super day. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button and have a great day. Dinny out for now.